Ask it again. All right, guys, welcome to February 7th Team Mix call. Thank you guys for taking the time to hop on because I think it's really important that we take time out of each week and even each day to touch our business and treat it like a business. Hi, Maya.
Hi.
And that is important to know that this is kid friendly. So that's perfect that Maya is joining the call. Kaylee, you and Maya can both ask your question you just asked me because I think it's important. And I think it's a question that Ken has actually asked me before as well. So it would be good to get the answer to that as well. And we can brainstorm.
Perfect. Yeah. So I was just thinking, I have a group of about 5 ladies who are loving the shred, and a few of them, this is their second shred. And what should we do next after the shred's done? Should we ask our clients to post a story on something on social media or share their experience so they can, potentially join the team, or we could get some other people to join it with us? I looked through the book that Mitra has sent out, and there's not, unless I missed it, but there's nothing really in it. So I was just wondering kind of what people have heard has been successful, or if we have any ideas.
Yeah. So it sounds like, well, it looked like Ken has an idea, and I'll shoot mine out until he unmutes, and Ken, feel free to interrupt me. But I think go ahead, Ken, if you're ready.
So I was looking through that system guide.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there I am.
Hello.
Hey, I'm at the firehouse, so if I have to quickly leave, I will leave. But it
I know how that goes. I get hung up on all of the time.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of an important sentence with my husband, and he goes, click.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
But it explained what to do and how to, I just got to find it. Sorry.
Okay. Well, while you're finding it, I'm just going to throw out my suggestions. And Kaylee, I think you had kind of hit the nail on the head with asking, and I even do that with personal training is, asking for referrals if you know of anybody that might be interested in doing this. And it's honestly, I don't think any different from what we've been doing in the past, but since people are seeing such profound results, I think it would be great to ask them to post something on social media and even extend the offer of, hey, if you end up getting any hits off of that, I would love to help you get some orders so that you can offset the cost of your product. So I think that's a fabulous suggestion that you came up with, Kaylee. And in fact, I can't come up with a better thing to ask of people. So I think that is something that we should implement. Absolutely.
So in that shred guide on page 5, the step 7 is customer care. So it's pretty much what happens during and after the shred. And then you turn to page 22, and it outlines like on day 11 you do such, and then on day 12 to 20. So the ultimate goal is to get the raving fans or the raving customers that love the shred, of course, to live it, but then to share it with others. And as they share it with others, they become representatives. Because then you're getting them to share it, and you're putting those people underneath them and explaining that whole thing to them. So,
well, and since I think I shared this last week, if not, I'm going to share it this week again, just to reiterate. I am willing to do an event at least once a month at my house that is live. And I'm also going to share with you guys what is going on with the workouts and what we had decided with that. But since we're doing a live event, if they're uncomfortable posting, or some people don't do social media, I have several people that aren't even on social media. So they're missing out on the support group, which is unfortunate. But I'm just checking up with them via text message throughout the week. But with that being said, it might provide an opportunity to have them invite to our event, if they're local at least. If you know of anybody that might be interested in hearing a little bit more about what you've been doing, or they're asking you, why are you looking so good? Why do you have so much energy? Giving them, and we can make this better as it goes, the invite, essentially. I just have the invite on Facebook right now, so I've been asking people to just send the link along, but we could certainly make some sort of a flyer or something like that. That's easily enough. That's easy enough to do. So I think recruiting for the live events that we have and asking for a post on social media would be really great. And you could even say, for everybody who posts on social media, I'm giving away a free little capsule holder, and we get those at conference, and they're like $3. So is it worth your $3 for them to post on social media if they potentially get some people? Yes. Even if they don't want to become a representative. In fact, I think I still have a bag of those because I bought a ton of them and never ended up giving them out. So that would be a good way of doing it as well. Any other suggestions on that? Does anybody have any other brilliant ideas? Feel free to share. It's essentially what these team calls are all about, to bounce ideas off of each other. So if you come up with an idea, feel free to unmute and share as well. I want to give everybody a second to get out their calendars, because there's actually quite a few things we're going to be talking about calendar related tonight. Actually, I have 8, 9, 10 different things to add to your calendar. And first off, I'll just kind of chat while you guys are grabbing those. What we've decided to do with the free workouts, and those of you who are brand spanking new might not even know what we had been doing, but we were doing a free workout once a week, just as a prospecting event to have. So people were coming to the workouts, and the idea was it was giving people an opportunity to not only be included in our amazing community that we have, but it was also an opportunity for them to invite friends to have them hear about Juice Plus as well. And so with that being said, I think it was happening too frequently that people were just like taking for granted that it was there, and I can't make it this week, but I'll make it next week. And so what we decided as the trainers of the group that were conducting those workouts was we're going to make them twice a month. And I don't know for sure. This is the only tentative one. The rest of them are solid. But this Saturday, the 11th, no trainer has signed up for that particular one. That's when we were going to kick it off. I don't have anybody willing to do that particular workout, and I don't have a space for it unless people want to come to my basement to do it, which I don't think that's a big enough space. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? And I also think, since we're already having an event as a team this weekend, to maybe recruit for that and keep it simple. So that one's tentative. Put a question mark by it. It would be February the 11th at 9:30 in the morning, but I don't have anything solid on it yet. The next one I do have solidified because I'm in charge of it. Okay, so February the 25th at noon. That's going to be the trampoline boot camp one in Littleton, and that's located at Jet Gymnastics. Does that mean you can't come, Kaylee?
It's my kid's birthday party that day.
Oh, I know. Well, but it's not. Yeah. So I can do that and come to the birthday party. But yeah, it might be hard for you.
That's my favorite workout. Okay, no worries. I'll get people there.
All right. So March 11th is the next one. And I believe it's going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that is over at Mojo Fitness. And that's going to be the spin class with Deborah. And I believe Jessica Donatone is going to be doing some sort of boot campy thing with it. So we're still working out the logistics of all these, but just get them on your calendar. What type of workout and stuff will be worked out. And then March 25th is also going to be one at noon. Okay. And then the other things you want to put on your calendar are on the 13th of March, Dr. Mitra Ray will be coming into town, and Jeff and Tony are going to try and do a team training at their house. So again, no details on that yet, but that's what they're trying to do. So it'd be that evening. Usually when they host something, it's at 6 o'clock at night. Usually kid friendly, but better if you can pay attention, especially if it's coming from the Mitra. We call her the Mitra. Okay. So put that on your calendar. On the 14th at noon, there is a business event in Boulder. So if you know somebody up in Boulder, or you want to travel up there to see her because the other events don't work for you, that's good for you to put on the calendar as well. On the 15th, she's coming to Denver. Hi, Maya. 15th, she's coming to Denver. I don't have a time for that yet, but it's in the evening. So 6 or 7 p.m. on the 15th. And then on the 16th, she's headed up to Aspen. So if you know anybody in Aspen. So she's kind of just doing a tour while she's here. But very good things to put on your calendar because you don't have to travel to her. She's traveling to us. So it's really good. And then last but not least, this weekend, Friday evening is going to be a ladies' night. Sorry, Ken. It's all these ladies events. And Diane, right? So we're doing a ladies' night at my house. It's not specifically related to Juice Plus, but it will come up in conversation. So if you think of that there's anybody that would appreciate kind of the nonchalant approach of it, just when it comes up in conversation over a glass of wine, that's what Friday night is. Kaylee, do you know what time I said? Did I say like 6?
I think it was 6 or 6:30.
Somewhere around there.
6. Yeah.
Whatever time you want to come over, I'll be here. But there's a Facebook event in regards to that. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure that you see it, RSVP or decline, so I know how many people. And feel free to invite friends to come to that as well. And then Sunday is going to be like our direct approach. Okay, that's going to start at 4 o'clock. We've allotted the first 2 hours to be a Juice Plusy type presentation with smoothies, samples of gummies, and everything, and it's more direct. Like they know they're coming for a Juice Plus presentation. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then after the 2 hours, if they would like to stay, they're more than welcome, but we will be watching The Secret as a team and kind of making notes of kind of daydreaming about what this business can do for us and making some goals. And getting questions answered. So it'll kind of turn into a team training, but if people are interested in the business side of things and what we do, more than welcome to stick around, all right? And as late as they want, it doesn't matter. All right, so that's for calendars. And then speaking of calendars, did anybody print out or pay attention to what I posted in the Team Mix page? The 30 people in 30 days, how to talk to 30 people in 30 days. So I put that in the team chat, and it's just a really easy way of breaking down and putting somebody's name on a calendar, because I think it's really important that we touch our business every single day, especially if we want it to pay us as a business. I don't know if anybody caught my text message that I got from one of the team members saying that they could pay off their mortgage. That's pretty cool. Kaylee froze, I feel like. Yeah, Kaylee's frozen. Sad day. But anyway, it's important to treat our business like a business, and something that's really easy to do is to talk to one person per day about Juice Plus. Imagine at the end of the year, if you did that and you got a customer every time, you would have 365 customers from spending what? A half hour on your business every day? So it's really powerful to do even just a little tiny bit every single day. So that's just kind of an easy way of breaking it down and organizing it for you guys. So feel free to print that out. And I don't know if anybody's tried to print it out or not, but if you need a better copy of it.
Did you put it in the Dropbox?
No, but that's a fantastic idea. I will put it in the Dropbox via Kaylee, my organizer. Love it. So that's a really easy way to do it. And just a couple of things I've been doing. I would imagine Ken is doing this too, so I'd love to hear from you if you're able to talk. And if not, no worries. I know you're at the firehouse. But Ken and I, well, and I think Kaylee started listening to it, but the book called The Power. And I can't shut up about it ever since I started listening to it. I'm on my second round. Travis is listening to it, his second round. It's unbelievable what starts transpiring when we put our brains to work for us. So our minds are really powerful, and most of the time they're just like going off on their own little strays because we're not giving them work to do, right? So I kind of toyed with this week, and just not even specific to Juice Plus, but I think I told Kaylee, I've been having some amazing days lately where I'm just like, wow, it's really nice when life works with you instead of against you, right? And so just a simple thing, like I told Kaylee I was going to write thank you notes to all of my customers. And I have a lot, so it's a pretty daunting task. And, I'm going to take something from Kaylee. She has pens that are special to, she has like this fun little pens, whatever. But I was kind of dreading writing these thank you notes. I've never been good at thank you notes. I didn't even like to do them for my wedding. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I would so much rather take somebody out for a cup of coffee to thank them or send them a little gift. But like, thank you note, I don't know. It's a little gesture that I'm just not good at. So I figured, well, I'm going to go buy myself some felt pens because my writing is not all too pretty. But if I do it in felt, it would be fun and could do different colors and whatever. So I just like put it out there today that I'm going to go get some pens. Would you know that when I went to go get in my car, what I found on my garage floor? A felt pen as I was getting into my car. And this is just a little example. I've had some bigger ones. I thought I lost a client's body fat testing and measurement sheet. And I just was like, nope, I have it. And I for sure, I know, I had no idea where it was, but I'm going to find it tonight. I got off work at 7 o'clock, didn't make it home till 8 o'clock. I promised them their body fat test and measurement sheet last night. Had no idea where it was. I was kind of envisioning like potentially having to rip the house apart. And lo and behold, guess what I found in my trunk of my car? Body fat test and measurement sheet. Okay, so moral of the story is I have been spending 7 minutes before I go to bed every single night envisioning what I want my life to look like. Okay, and I choose to do it through prayer. If you're not religious, it doesn't have to be through prayer. It can just be the law of attraction working for you. But I have envisioned what I want for this business, what I want for you guys, my team members, and what I want my life to look like. So health-wise, those of you who know what's going on with me, health-wise, I want to be 100% healthy because I just haven't been lately since having my second daughter. Just random things have been happening to me. And so I'm embracing 100% health and what that feels like and being thankful for the days that I'm feeling good because it's something that we take so for granted. I am being thankful for all of you guys who are willing to work this business with me and wanting to lock arms and be successful and create a future for ourselves that might seem out of reach at the moment, but definitely feasible. But it's just really cool the different things that have happened. Like I said, something as small as a felt tip pen, if I can attract that, then I can attract 100 Club. And if I can attract 100 Club, what does that look like? Like waking up to Rick going international again. That was pretty cool, right? So I know, Kaylee, you were excited about that one as well. But Ken, have you been, can you talk, yes or no? Okay. Have you been implementing that 7 minutes in every day?
Yeah, so I've got the two going. I've got the power going, plus I've got the magic going, which complements the power. Yes. How
Notice
far are
what
you
I have on the front? It's a prospect number.
Nice. How
On
far
my
are you
magic
in that? How far are you into that? What day?
Just barely started.
Okay.
So I'm not to the daily thing just yet, but starting it.
So today was the first time I lost something. When I was at the firehouse, I came in, we had a call. I threw my keys next to my book bag. I saw them land on the floor. I saw them there. When I came back from the call, they were gone. I don't know where they were. Nobody had them. Nobody knew where they were. So, I kind of just reverted back and just, went with the flow and imagined them in my hand, imagined feeling them. And I came down later to my room later on and they were sitting on my bed. I hadn't been downstairs.
Nice.
So, yeah, so very cool. And then just, thoughts throughout the day.
That's the story, because I lost that paper too. So that's interesting. Cool.
And just thoughts throughout the day. I mean, just a whole different mental approach to life in your thoughts. Much more of a positive, much more gratitude, much more thankful for everything I have, how grateful I am for everything I have. And, there was a customer, she had to go away from Juice Plus because she moved and she had some stuff going on in her life. And I got a text from, me and Diana were just talking about her yesterday. And I said, well, she'll come back when she's ready. And I got a text from her today and she's ready to come back with her and her mom and she wants to sponsor her nephew and go forward. So, I mean, the universe is ours. It's the universe will provide everything that we need. We just have to be thankful and grateful. And if that's too deep for some people, you need to listen to the power and then you need to read the magic.
Is that what order you would do it in?
Just curious. You could do either. Yeah, you could do either.
Go hand in hand with
It goes hand.
You're coming.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. So
yeah,
definitely listen to the power. I think the power is a definite thing because you can do that. I do it when I'm food shopping. I was doing it when I was doing truck checks. All that kind of stuff. You can listen to it, but the second time around, you're really going to listen to it because you're going to want to take notes.
And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking notes this time for sure.
Yeah.
So it's just very empowering. So whether it has to do with this business or not, it's just life, empowerment for life, and standing in your power and standing up for what you believe in, and letting negativity just bounce right off of you. I remember that saying when we were in, I'm rubber, you're glue.
Yeah.
Right? Just let it bounce. I mean, there's so much to these little sayings that we have been taught as children that we forget to apply as adults. So it's just a refresher to be so grateful for everything that we have, because we're spoiled rotten, and to use that gratitude to implement just wonderful things in life. And in this business, it's so applicable to this business. So we always joke that this business is a self-development course disguised as a business, and this is seriously the first time where I've really implemented that particular thing into my business, and I can see it growing already. Because people, if you're thankful, other people are thankful, and and it just is a trickle effect. So very, very cool. Kaylee, do you have anything to add? I don't know how far you are in it. I know you started.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I think I'm on chapter 15, so almost done. But yeah, so it's been really good. It's funny, just some of the sayings my Gigi used to say, and so a lot of it is kind of a reminder, but I do like the positive part of it, and I've been noticing I have a bounce in my step, and even today at Zumba, I recently joined back in, and I've been gone for 8 months, and I'm usually like front row rocking it, and I keep messing up, and today I just laugh at myself, and Jessica was laughing at me. It was so much fun, and it was like, oh, class is over. I was like, dang, it was like, where'd it go? It just ended so quickly, and I had just so much fun. So I can see it really implementing and seeing a big change. So it's been positive.
Good. Yay. Well, I'm glad you guys are trusting me in listening to it, because it's a game changer. And not just in the business, but in life, as I said. But yeah, just like driving down the road, looking for the things that you love and being grateful that it's a beautiful day out and that you get to be outside and enjoy it. Like, I got to walk my dog yesterday for the first time in God only knows how long. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I get to walk my dog, which is such a silly thing, but it just brightens my day. So anyway, if you have not done that yet, I've given it homework for 2 weeks in a row. Do it again. Listen to it again. It's just so cool. But and then I only have one more thing to talk about, unless anybody has any questions. Like I said, I really do think that tonight's call is going to be shorter, which is great. But I had some questions from Jenny about conference and investing the time and energy and money into going, and kind of what that's like. And we had a great conversation last night, but I just wanted to reiterate that for everybody else on this call too. It's just not something we can describe to you without you actually going. Financially, if you invest the time and energy and money to go, it will come back to you tenfold. So I will tell you that when I first went to my first conference, I was maybe making a couple $100, came back and turned it into a couple thousand. So was it worth my couple hundred to spend on hotels and the conference ticket? Well, the conference ticket was free if you promoted. Yes, it was. The trip paid for itself. One thing to remember is that it's completely tax deductible. Since we are independent contractors, if you keep your receipt, you can deduct that off of your taxes at the end of the year, which I'm actually getting all of my receipts together. And it's really cool that, before Juice Plus, I used to go to Starbucks and pay for it. And now I can use my coffee as a tax deduction, because usually I'm meeting a prospect. So Starbucks has gained a lot of money from me over the past couple of years, because that is my office for meeting people. But it's just really cool to be able to see over the course of years as I'm getting my tax stuff together, just how fortunate we are to be able to do that, because It saves you a lot of money to be able to write that stuff off. I mean, even something like the groceries I'm going to buy for this get together we're going to have over the weekend, I can keep my receipt for that, for the appetizers and the wine and everything. So it's pretty cool. Ken, you have something to add? Oh, okay. I just saw you on mute. So anyway, so it's absolutely 100% the best investment you can make, especially if you're thinking about making this a business and not just a hobby, because it's just like starting any new job, right? When you walk in the door the very first day, you don't know what to expect. You don't have the tools to do what you're going to do, but you develop them through training, right? And essentially what conference is an entire weekend. It's like a crash course of training for this business. And so you'll just be filling your tool belt up with tools. So instead of just having a screwdriver, you're going to have all the tools in your tool belt to be able to do whatever you need. So it's just an exciting experience. And I've never been around so many positive people in my life. So it really instilled in me what type of business this is. We all know by now how good of a product it is, but how good of a business it is, and to be able to meet Jay Martin, who's the owner and founder of this business, and to see how big of a heart he has to change this world and how many lives he's changed already, it's just super inspiring. So if you're on the fence about it, don't be, just come and you'll see what we're talking about. And it's in Anaheim, for crying out loud. It'll be a blast anyway. So at a certain level in this business, I believe it's sales coordinator or senior sales coordinator. I think it's senior sales coordinator. They even give you a dollar amount back that they'll completely pay for a boot camp that you go to. So we'll have boot camps up in Breckenridge. We have one every year, and there's a boot camp in Seattle that we traveled to last year as well. And the company pays for a lot of your housing and food and everything while you're there. So keep that in mind as you're promoting up too. The company is assisting you in being able to go as well. So does anybody have anything to add? Any questions about any of this?
On the back end of that, Lindsay, as far as conference goes, you get a sense of the business, but you also get a sense of how big this community is, and you are part of something that is much bigger than this call right here. You'll get to see the community, you'll get to interact with people, and just the energy there, you can't explain it. You can't feel it unless you're there.
Can't put it into words. That's what I was telling Jenny last night. I tried, and I was like, I'm not even doing a good job.
Yeah.
You did great. You convinced me that I should go.
Oh, okay. Awesome. But yeah, like what you can say about it is nothing compared to the feeling you get when you're there, and the feeling you get and the excitement you get when you leave on how to go approach the business. I mean, I remember the first conference I went to, I was like so excited to get on the plane on the way back because there'd be a prospect sitting next to me, right? That I could implement all these tools on. So yeah, it was fun. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're gonna come. Woohoo.
Yeah, woo.
Cool. All right. Any other questions before we hop off? All right, guys. Well, huh?
Surprisingly, no more questions.
I know, right? Come on, Jenny.